They were indeed, even though they're ponds and people think of rivers and streams and brooks, etc., that do get flooded. The ones that I've been on are all fed by brooks anyway. So the tiny little brooks normally have become raging torrents. And what they have done is not just raise the water level, which hasn't been too bad because the brook comes in one end and out the other, but they've also brought a lot of sediment in with them as well. And that's been the real challenge, that the water, which normally is very clear and easy to see into, has suddenly become very murky and horrible in terms of colour. That's been the challenge. And so although my catch rate has dropped off, the great news is that I have been catching. Yeah, certainly the rivers, because they do flood a lot more than the still waters. And what you find is that the fish, especially when the river's well over the banks, like the Severn is at the moment in places, that the fish will venture beyond the river itself into the surrounding fields. They don't know any different, of course. And then when the water starts to drop back down, which it can quite quickly, fish do get stranded. And occasionally anglers or clubs, people will go out and rescue fish. But of course, it's not possible to do everything. And so the crows and the gulls and the other birds have a field day really as far as feasting is concerned. But yes, we do lose a lot of fish, especially on flowing water that floods significantly. Hello, Jeff, and of course, Shemai Power, hello everyone else as well listening to us. Yeah, Storm Babbitt certainly took its toll, didn't it, on Welsh football. Number of games cancelled, but still some went ahead. So if you did manage to get to a game last weekend, you did well. Yeah, it was a good victory for TNS. I think the north of Wales had it far worse than the south. And we travelled down on the Friday afternoon and we had to navigate some lakes. I should have took my rods with me, Jeff. Could have done some fishing on the way down. The lakes were on the roads themselves. But we did manage to get through. Obviously, a coach gives you the advantage over a car. And I was thinking about that, actually, that we did Colwyn Bay a favour because the Bay is now in the relegation places. I said last week that they aren't fighting a relegation battle. Well, they aren't, are they, just yet? There's still lots of football to be played. But they have now dropped into the bottom two. Although they do have a couple of games in hand over some of the teams. One of them is against the New Saints. That's coming up shortly. But yes, we did the Bay a favour. 6-2 victory. Hat-trick for Brad Young as well, ex-Aston Villa striker. You won't want to hear that, Jeff, as a Birmingham City fan. But ex-Villa striker is hit the ground running since he came to the New Saints. And when Declan McManus gets fit again, it'll be exciting to see the two of them together starting for TNS.